I know Coach Dillingham has always talked about bringing in a staff of good people. We also want to make sure that we're bringing in players that are good people as well. It just makes for a better locker room and makes for success on the field. Absolutely.
You mentioned the competitiveness kind of ramping up. When you look at so many transfers coming in, some of the big name high school recruits yesterday, a lot of crowded position rooms. So what is that kind of level of competition like in getting kids that want to be a part of it?
Absolutely. The good thing about it is with the transfer portal, with a new staff, with a new program, almost to say, it's a clean slate for everybody. So everybody starts at zero. Some people might have been burned at prior schools that they felt that they weren't given the opportunity. Now everybody has opportunity at that level. And so I think from a competitive standpoint, I think from the excitement standpoint, everybody has a new beginning, and I think that brings a lot of energy.
What's it like for you to see just the buzz around this program? Obviously, you've been around here for a few years, but to see the energy and the way that the fan base is
it's incredible. And I've always said, I always wanted to be a Sun Devil, and I want to stay here. And seeing that buzz just brings excitement, not a new excitement for me, but I'm energized. Coach Dillingham, I got to keep up with that guy. And so our staff is energized. We all have the same mission. We want to win, and we want to win with Arizona kids.
What's it like to be around Coach Dillingham? When you mentioned trying to keep up with him, it seems like he's always going 200 miles an hour.
I can't keep up with him, but he's a very intelligent, strategic coach that brings that energy. Is great with relationships, not only with the kids, speaks their language, and so. Just brings more to our staff because, like I said, we have to keep up with him, and he's pressing us and challenging us that we need to be challenged as well. And so I'm loving it.
When you're out recruiting running backs, what's your checklist in your head that you're looking for?
Absolutely. From a skill standpoint, they have to be physically and mentally tough. They have to have the skill level from being elusive, make you miss abilities, being quick, lateral quickness, but most of all from a maturity standpoint, are they ready to compete? I think the number one thing is, do they love football? Because football is hard. Do they love football? Do they want to compete? Do they want to be a professional? Do they want to move on to the next level? Those are the things that I look for from a characteristic standpoint. And are they good people? Great academics? Do they care about other people? Because being in that room, you have to make sure not only you're competing, but you're working together as a unit. But I've been very fortunate with the groups that I've had. Those are the type of kids that I have recruited, and they've all turned out pretty well.
I know you preach family. How is it being able to go into these houses and really pitch to these parents that I have your kid, I will be the quote-unquote father of your kid to help them, of course, through football, but even more importantly, just through life?
Absolutely. And being the interim coach, we turn this place into Ohana. We talked about family, and I live that every day. I told them yesterday in our expectation meetings, the number one thing, the most important thing to me, and people have different goals, but mine is family first, beyond anything. And they understand that. They are part of my family. My family is a part of that group. And they know that I'll do anything for my family. And so I try to bring that and develop those kids that understand, that have come from hard lives, that being a role model of family and loving is okay, and telling them that I love you is okay. And so every day I preach that, and they feel that when they come into that room.
I know it's so early on, but how is the room looking, just like chemistry-wise?
I love the room. They're working together, they're competing every day. I talked to them yesterday about the hardest thing to be in that room is that most of the time there's only one running back that's good. So I've got 6 guys in that room competing for one job. So not only are you competing for that job every single day, you have to help and support that guy and then make the room better and keep people accountable. And when somebody's having a down day, and make sure you put your hand around them. So how does that all go about when you're only competing for one position? And that's hard. And there's going to be inconsistencies, there's going to be ebbs and flows, but I think that I need to speak that message every day and make sure they feel a part of that family, like we talked about.
And then when you are looking at that one running back, like you just said, what stands out to you, just putting the football part aside, but just as an actual human being?
Absolutely. They have to be professional in everything they do. They have to be early, on time, doing the extras, going above and beyond, not only in academics but in the classroom, helping others, being not only the verbal leader, but they have to make sure that they're the physical leader out there, doing everything that they say and doing what's right. And I always had that motto of doing the right things all the time, and they have to be that person.
And I know it's a few months until the first game,
Yes.
but how excited are you to have this group?
Absolutely excited. And every group is different from a chemistry standpoint. But I'm familiar with a lot of these guys, recruited a lot of these guys, coached one in high school, and so I'm excited for this group.